Hi guys and welcome. Today I'm sharing 5 amazing Dollar Tree and Trash to Treasure home decor DIYs for your front porch or your back patio. So let's get started. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a very simple DIY using items, well, I thought I was going to use items that I had at home, but then my husband threw out one of the pieces just this past garbage day, so I needed to go out and get another item because I did not have that on hand. But anyways, the rest of the stuff was things I had on hand, and I will be creating a little side table for my back porch because there's 2 chairs that don't have a table, and I feel like we're always kind of wanting to put our drinks down, but we have nowhere to put them. So I came up with an idea to create a little side table. So without further ado, let's get started. So I will be using this 5-gallon pail that I had on hand, and I have also, this is the item I had picked up at the dollar store. It's a pizza pan. I had a tray that I was using last year on the table, but it kind of got really rusty, so I was gonna repurpose it, but ended up in a garbage. And then I have some hot glue, some Gorilla Glue, extra glue sticks, and then just some stuff to cut the handles off, as well as the spray paint. So first thing I want to do is remove these handles. So I might have to wrap some jute rope or something around just so it doesn't, it's not too sharp. I like using this pail because I can fill it with water or sand or dirt or even rocks for, so the wind doesn't take it away. So I'm just gonna give it a cleaning. Now I'm going to add some glue. I'm going to put Gorilla Glue everywhere, and then I'm just going to do a couple spots with hot glue just for the more quicker gluing, and then so it allows the Gorilla Glue to actually have a chance to work. You can measure out your circle to make sure that you are right in the center, but I think I'm just going to eyeball it. Okay, now I'm gonna let this dry for a little bit before I spray paint it. So I'm going to use some jute rope just to go wrap around here to make it look a little bit prettier. So here it is. I think it turned out perfect. I love the addition of the jute rope. I can never say that. I think it's gonna be perfect for this little sitting area over here. I am sharing with you 2 outdoor DIYs that I'm creating for my back patio. One is going to go on my table, and the other ones are going to hold my herbs that I'm planting. So for the first one, I had picked up this glass container or vase or whatever it's called. It was $4 at Dollarama. And then I have some rocks for weighing it down, a piece of wood, and then I also have this ball that came from IKEA a long time ago, and but I know dollar store sells them. They might be a touch smaller. And then I'm going to paint it now. So I will be using chalk paint. So I'm using the charcoal black from Chalk Paint by Rust-Oleum, white one from Rust-Oleum chalk paint, and then I also have Paris gray. I think it's Paris gray. If it's, I have it in this tin. I have to double check which one it is, but it's a gray color by Annie Sloan, because I want to create almost a cement look on this glass bowl. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this sticker and give the bowl a wipe down because it looks a little dusty. So I'm going to start with my stenciling brush, but I might end up using something else if this takes a long time. So I had put the 3 paints here, and I'm going to start applying them. So now I'm just going to go and see where there's still glass showing and just go over it. I think that turned out really nice. Let me see if I can lift it and show you. I think it does look a lot like concrete. And now for the middle, I got this piece of wood to fit it in because I want to hot glue this piece. to it because I didn't want it to fly all around. But on its own, it's not gonna be heavy enough. So I got some of these rocks to add to it, just to weigh it down on each side a little bit. Because it's going to sit on my table and I don't want to have to put it away every single time it's windy outside. Now I'm going to apply a generous amount of glue, but I think I'm going to use some of this deer moss to fill it in, because I think this on its own is not gonna sit well. I mean, it's gonna show stuff through. You can put whatever you want. I think this would also look good with some of those, what are they called? Succulents. And there we go. I will show you, hopefully I can show you what it looks like on my table outside. If not, I will have to show you what it looks like on my kitchen table because it is pouring outside today. For my next DIY, I had picked up these different size of pots at Dollarama. They're two different sizes. I was hoping to get one more, but again, the one that I went didn't have it, so I'll just make do with these three, and if by the time this video goes up, if I find more, I will post those as well. This is very simple. I will be using my chalk paint for this, and I love those pods that look like French. I think they're French pods. I think that's what they're called, and that's what I'm going to try and replicate, and I want to plant my herbs in them. So I'm just using the chalk paint, by Rust-Oleum in linen white, and I'm going to be dry brushing. So I picked up some paint onto my brush, but I'm taking most of it off, and I am just going to dry brush it on. And I think I might even use a little bit of water just to thin the paint out once it's on there. Brush in the water. And now I'm just going to repeat the process. I really like the way that turned out, and I'm going to repeat the same process for all the rest of them. I am also going to do the saucers as well, but just on the outside. There's no point of doing them on the inside, just maybe the top lip, just so that way they match. So the last thing that I'm going to do is put labels on these, and I had printed out some of these French labels. Well, it says oval French ephemera labels. It's by Dreams Factory for the Graphics Fairy, and I will link it down below because they are free printables. And I am going to do a transfer. I have a full video how I do the transferable labels, so I will include that, but I am going to use these a bit bigger ones for it. I hope it works out. If it doesn't, that's okay. I'm going to try one first and then go from there. You need tape. I'm actually going to put this here so I have a clean surface because my table's a mess. Just going to make sure that this is on, and I'm just using a little tool from Pampered Chef that comes with their stones just to get it as bubble free as possible. So now that I have this done, I'm going to stick it in the water and leave it in for a couple minutes. Okay, so I think it worked. So the next step is I'm just going to gently rub off some of this paper. Nice and clean. I'm just going to snip off some of the edges a little bit. Right here, I am going to attach this. And I think because it's going to go outside, I am going to brush up a little bit of glue on it as well. Go over the top too, that way it's nice and secure. So I'm gonna let that dry, and I'm going to repeat that for all the rest of them. So here are the pots. I am going to be placing them right there, but as you can see, it's raining outside, so I didn't want to do it right now, but I will show you on Instagram. If you are not following me, make sure you are. Same handle name, and there is also a link in bio for a link to the Instagram page. But for now, this is where they are, and I absolutely love the way they turned out. I think they're so cute, exactly what I was going for. And here is my fall cement pot with the boxwood ball. I like the way this turned out. I wish the ball was a touch bigger, but this will do. I think the moss makes it look better. So here are some of the wood pieces that we'll be using. I also have a couple different saws and scissors, sorry for the shadow. And then I have some jute rope and some scissors, pen, X-Acto knife, and hot glue, and an extension cord. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prep my wood for assembling. So the first thing that I do is I cut off these little branches that are sticking out of the wood, out of this long branch, and then I also cut one of them just so they're approximately the same length. take the smaller pieces of wood and cut them into the same size. As you can see, I have a helper here, and yeah, so I cut them so they're the same length. And then I take the jute rope and I just cut off a couple pieces because I will be using them to secure the middle parts of the ladder, because I am making a ladder, if you haven't figured that one out yet. I had glued the middle pieces to the longer pieces just so they stay in place while I attach the rope. This wasn't an easy task. I had to redo it several times, but I did end up getting it secured. I just want to mention that if this is your first time stopping by my channel, I would love it if you considered subscribing and pressing the notification bell so you don't miss out any of my future uploads. I would love for you to join my YouTube family and this community that seems to be growing, and I love interacting with all of you down in the comments. So don't forget to press that red subscribe button and the notification bell, and I hope to see you in my next video. So here it is. You can use it as a lattice for some of your plants to grow up on, or you can plant some herbs and put them in these little hanging baskets. That I had these laying around from a dollar store, and I'm just wanted to show you how it could look. For this last DIY that I am sharing, I will be creating a lemon wreath. I love decorating with lemons, late spring, early summer. This would look great on your front door or just as an accent decor somewhere in your house or even on your back patio. I am using the leaves from Dollarama, this garland that came from Hobby Lobby a while back, and then all of these lemons, they pretty much came from Michael's, Dollar Tree, Dollarama, and some I had around the house. And the grapevine wreath came from Michael's, and with a 40% coupon, I think it ended up being $5. So the first thing that I did with this wreath is I did not want to glue the branches. Now, if you are putting this outside and there is wind and weather plays a role, I would glue these or tie them up. I just shoved them in here. So I took one branch and I had separated it and stuck all the branches all the way around. Once I was satisfied with the way the leaves looked, I have added the garland, and I am using the gardening wire to attach the garland on, and I picked that up at Dollarama as well. Once I went all the way around, I just spread it out, made sure it's not caught up with each on top of each other. This thing was really hard to work with. Then I placed my lemons the way I wanted to do, wanted them to look, and I also ended up taking apart one of my lavender plants and adding the purple in it. I think it just made it look that much more nicer. And I am hot gluing the lemons and the lavender to the wreath because I don't know any other way that I could make it stay. Once it was dry, I just took that wire and made a little loop at the back so I can hang it up. Depending on what where you're hanging, you can add ribbon or whatever you want. I didn't want anything to show. So here it is above my fireplace. I hung it on top of the window and I think it just looks fabulous. So if you are brand new to my channel, I would love for you to press the subscribe button, stick around, press the notification bell so you don't miss out any of my new videos. And for those of you that follow me on a regular basis, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I love having this little community that's being created on my YouTube channel. It makes me very happy. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, hope you guys have a wonderful day.